Alright, guys, your boy It's Joke, and I was about to reread a certain manga because, it's so good, but I decided, you know what? Why don't I just make a video talking about it and recommending it? So, this is me recommending How to Grill Our Love. Alright, now this manga is currently ongoing and it's at volume 10, chapter 82, and oddly enough, the chapter 82 came out right before I was about to record, so I read it. It was great as usual, and let's get into it because it's actually a really great series. And if you're familiar with manga in general, then you probably come across the cooking genre, and it's basically manga that has cooking and it pairs really well with romance apparently. And so I've seen a lot of them, and for some reason these cooking mangas are always have good romance, like they really do. But this one's a really standout one, so it definitely deserves to get recommended. Now, basically, what the story is Kenta, the main male character, I forgot how old he is, but basically he decides his friend recommends him a dating app because he can't get any like girlfriends or anything like that. So he goes on the dating app and he gets stood up twice, and on the third time, this is where the story starts. He's at a cafe and he gets a text from the person he's supposed to meet, and they say, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna be late." And he's had that text before, and he takes that as he's gonna get stood up. And so instead of waiting there like he has in the past, he leaves and he runs into her outside the restaurant. Now, anyways, they get to know each other eventually. They get dinner and they get to know each other. And then his boss basically tells him like, "Hey, we need you. We're gonna transfer you to a different place." And he decides to ghost her because he doesn't know how to tell her like, "Hey, I'm gonna be transferring." So she pulls up and he tells her what happened, and she decides to say, "Let's just get married." And so the relationship aspect of this happens very fast. It just goes from them meeting for the first time and stuff like that to now being married. So, but while that does go fast, the actual romance and love between them is a slower pace. It's not a slow pace, by the way. It's not a slow burn. It's pretty. I would say it's pretty good pace. If anything, maybe a little bit on the quicker side, but it's definitely like it doesn't feel very fast. It feels very good. It feels very natural. And again, because this is a cookie manga, every chapter pretty much has, specifically Kenta, because he likes barbecuing. It has Kenta, talking about how to make certain foods and stuff like that. So you get to learn a little bit more about it. Now, this is a great manga because it focuses. I am a fan of romance that focuses on the main pairing, and I just really want a good, strong love between two characters, and this delivers extremely well. Now, this also has, I believe, two side pairings that come in later, and they're done really well, but they also don't have a whole lot of like screen time because that's just how much they really be focusing on these two. And it's great because it's also slice of life, so there's really like no drama or anything like that. You get maybe like a little bit, but it's not drama in the sense of like interrupting the romance or anything. It's more like a real life type shit. And so it's just done really well. The art style, I didn't even say her name. Her name, by the way, is Chihiro. She's great. He's great. I really like both characters and their personalities. I think they're very interesting and they're written really well. There's no real drama or anything that goes on. It's slice of life, so you don't. So it's very chill. It's one of those things I like to reread, and I'm going to reread it after I finish making this video. And the art style is great. The art itself is good. There's really nothing like bad about this at all. There's a reason why this actually has a 9.24 on Manga Dex. That's extreme. That's really high. A 9.24. Usually, when you're reading Manga Dex, anything above a 9 is usually a pretty much guarantee that it's good. At above 8.5 is a really solid pick, and in my opinion, 8 and 8 between 8 and 8.5 is pretty solid as well. But there could be a little bit subject, and anything between 7 and 8 is usually not that good, but it can also be really heavily on preference. I'm not gonna get into details of that, but that's just a quick little scale of how to do it. And so when you score above a 9, that's kind of crazy. And this has a 9.24 with 82 chapters. That is crazy. It's been up here for so long. In fact, right now. I'm going through Manga Dex, and I'm going to tell you, the first chapter was uploaded 4 years ago. So it's not even something that's just recently gotten hype or anything like that. This shit been ongoing for 4 years, getting translated, and it still has a 9.24. That should tell you. So even if you don't want to take my recommendation for it, Manga Dex you got a lot of people out here, and it's been out here for a long time, saying this shit's good. So it's not even necessarily my word. There's a lot of people saying this. But again, I advise you, come to your own conclusions and stuff like that. Read it for yourself, and let me know what you guys think. Hopefully, my recommendation was good and you guys enjoyed it. If you do read it, and yeah, I'll recommend you guys another one in the next time.